Angry guy here, and women will go to jail for paternity fraud now. Guys, if you're enjoying the content, please help get the channel to 100,000 subscribers on our journey to 2 million by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Now let's begin. Women will go to jail for paternity fraud now. Let's just go ahead and jump into the video by Red.
On child support, and I never said this was my child.
This mound of paperwork shows a juvenile court judge ordered him to pay child support even before the birth.
Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from Dating Right. A little bit older story, but I wanted to remind everyone paternity laws are changing in the United States, at least one state, and it might be affecting other states. Let's hopefully it does. Please like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get to that chow. It's chow time.
So I'm kicking my husband out after he asked for a DNA test on our baby.
Because you know it ain't his?
Here go the last of your stuff. Don't come back.
Don't swipe now. Come back here. Hey, ladies, did you know that paternity fraud is now a crime? Yeah, let's talk about House Bill 2689. They're locking y'all up.
18-year-old Tiana. Mr. Bell, you are not.
I knew it. Thank you. I knew it. I told you. He's a liar. No, the liar.
And I know who the daddy
I told
is.
you. I told you.
I know who the daddy is.
I think that the United States being
It's sad because we talk about it all the time. Like 1/3 of all paternity cases are false. That's the people that think that they have paternity issues, not even including all men. It might even be close to 40 to 50%, tell you the truth.
DNA tested mandatory is stupid. I don't.
I can't agree with that. Swab his mouth, swab her mouth, swab them kids.
You
swab,
tell 'em.
Swab. Make it mandatory.
All right, men, it's our time. Our time has come. Ladies, your time has come too. Guess what? Maternity fraud is now legally a crime, and if a man is forced to pay child support for a child that was not his, oh, get ready. Guess what, ladies? You now owe the entirety of all that child support back to that man.
That's huge.
If a man gets asked for a paternity test and that child is not his, which, by the way, 30% of the time it isn't, if that man can prove infidelity, which means you cheated, you may owe the entirety of all that child support back. And if you can...
That's actually a lot of money if that kid's like 16 and they've been collecting since they were 16. Fuck. Or since they were kids. Holy cow, that's a lot of money.
not pay it back, you are going straight to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
You know, I talked about the situation regarding child support with MK Fitness. He pointed out that what the state does is they actually take out a loan against the child support that the father would owe over the course of 18 years. So it's absolutely crazy. That's the reason why you're not able to discharge child support payments ever. And the thing is, we talked about this, and he said that the chances of women having to repay that child support, the state having to reimburse the man for the child support, is very low because, you know, it would basically put them at disadvantage. You know, they would end up losing tons of money because, you know, it wouldn't just be one man, it would set a precedent. The thing, however, is that if this were to go before the Supreme Court, it's very unlikely that it would stand up in the Supreme Court in terms of the state being allowed to keep that child support, you know, those child support payments that it had collected on the behalf of the mother, and argue that, well, we need to focus on the welfare of the child, and making the state, or rather the mother, reimburse them for that child support would create an undue hardship for the child, you know, by putting that burden upon the mother. But the thing is, it wouldn't matter because we literally have a constitution, and we have laws that prevent, you know, seizure of property. And if our property was wrongfully seized, that property has to be returned to us. So this would not stand a constitutional test. If this went before the Supreme Court, if the Supreme Court said, okay, well, we'll allow this to happen because, in the case of, the child, it would create an undue burden upon the mother, and it would not be in the best interest of the child, even though fraud was committed. No, even though this man's property was seized in the amounts of possibly even hundreds of thousands of dollars, it would not hold up in the Supreme Court. It would not hold up in the Supreme Court, okay? Because it's like basically saying, well, in this case, we're going to allow it sometimes because it's not in the best interest of the child. It does not happen like that. That's between the state and that's between the mother. Okay, that's the honest to goodness truth. So I mean, in reality, right now, things are changing, but they're not changing quickly enough. And the truth is that no matter how fast laws change, even if everything were to change overnight, men would still not be dating and having relationships with most women in Western society because they're watching social media. They're watching the way that modern women carry themselves. They're looking at these high body counts. They're saying that these women don't know how to cook, don't know how to clean, don't know how to respect the men that they're with. They have ridiculous expectations, and most men don't want to have a relationship with these women. It's the honest to goodness truth. Most men today do not want to have a relationship with most modern day women. And it's something that most modern day women cannot fathom and accept, that they are being rejected and replaced. The men in Western society are done with the nonsense, done with the games, and modern day women are no longer attractive to most men. The simps will always be out there in the streets. The simps will always be chasing down whatever because the simps are soulless. It's a waste of time to even try to think of the simps as people. A forever simp cannot change. A forever simp will always be a simp and will always keep on simping. That is just the reality of a simp. That is just the life of a simp. A simp does not have the capacity a forever simp does not have the capacity to move beyond that. And men are aware of that. Men are consciously aware of that. That's one of the reasons why they're not even wasting their time with these people anymore. The forever simp is a forever simp for a reason. And modern day women, they think that they're living off the simp economy right now, but it's not really holding them down the way that they thought it would. You have a lot of these girls jumping on OnlyFools and OnlyFans, thinking that they're going to become millionaires, and they're barely pulling in more than a couple $100 a month. And then once they end up on that platform, that's it for them. They can't turn around and easily transition back to the real world and think they're going to go land a normal job, even if they have a college degree or not. For example, there's this 304 attorney, and she was working as an attorney. She was making around $75,000 a year, and she became frustrated, jumped onto OnlyFans or OnlyFools, began making like $100,000 a month, and now she's acting like she thinks the world is perfect and sunshines and roses, and she's so confident and everything. And guess what? She destroyed her future because that much, this is a woman who has no financial literacy skills. So that money is not going to last forever. She's going to face a lot of hardships. And once that money runs out and she wants to return to the real world, she won't be able to. And this is something that other lawyers have talked about. Like, if you are mixed up with OnlyFools or OnlyFans, you're not going to, companies will want to work for you, want to hire you. And not only that, lawyers won't want to work for you. For example, if you need an attorney to do something for you, and they find out that you're mixed up in OnlyFans or OnlyFools, they won't want to work with you. In fact, even trying to purchase a house, you want to purchase a property, and they say, "What do you do for a living?" Okay, the very moment that they find out that that money is coming from that platform, it makes it difficult to even purchase a house. Even to purchase a home becomes more difficult, and lawyers don't want to touch it because it's dirty money. It's mixed up with so many terrible things. They're like, you know what? No, thank you. Absolutely no, thank you. But you guys, we see what's happening. Women can now go to jail for paternity fraud based on the new law that did pass in Tennessee. It is a misdemeanor. Guys, if you're enjoying this content, help get this channel to 100,000 subscribers by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. women will go to jail for paternity fraud now. What do you guys think about this? I want to know your thoughts. So let's talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA and walking away. And cheers.